in this video, we're going to be talking about jealousy, dealing with that, dealing with heartbreak, dealing with a lot of the kind of emotions that you may experience in a relationship where you're with someone who either has been not faithful to you, has mistreated you in some way, and how to deal with that kind of stuff. If you're just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. Today, I teach you how to develop the financial skills that you need, the physique that you want, the girls that you want, how to get them, and how to go from the victim mindset to the bulldog mindset. I wanted your advice on what I should do in this situation. I've been following you for a while, and my life philosophy is greatly inspired by yours. I'd appreciate if you could keep my name anonymous, and yes, it's a shitty love story. I get so many shitty love stories, by the way. If you want to just, become a master of human psychology and learn everything there is about people's sex lives and love lives, just make a YouTube channel talking about dating stuff, and fuck, you will get plenty of material. It's been an interesting trip. All right, so as a context, I'm 21 years old. Wow, okay, that's pretty fucking young, dude, to have some 3 years ago. So 2019, 18. I fell in love with a girl for the first time. She was my first kiss and all, and we dated for a month and a half. She broke the thing off back then because she, quote, wasn't ready, but mostly because I was fat and insecure. Okay, you're reading into this too much. I mean, this part is probably true. The fat part's probably not. Okay, but yeah, all right. I made a critical mistake of opening up my insecurities to her. Now, this is some wisdom here, okay? Guys, do not open up your insecurities to your girl or any girl. Don't do it. It doesn't mean that you can't be vulnerable, but your insecurities are yours. If you have insecurities, guess who you share them with, okay? You can share them with your mom if you want, all right? You can share them with your dad. If you want, he'll probably tell you to stop being a fucking wuss, all right? But you could share them with your guy friends. That's primarily. See, most guys, I'm going to take a moment here to break from this for a second. You've got it backwards. You've got it backwards. What you do is you share your insecurities with your female partners, okay? With your girlfriend, with your wife, with whatever it is, all right? And what happens when you do that is you feel like you should have a shoulder to cry on as well, right? You feel like, you know what? You're there for your girl. You hear her problems. You're her shoulder to cry on. You take care of her. You call her beautiful. You lift her up, her spirits and whatnot, and you make her feel pretty and good about herself, and you encourage her, okay? And you lift her up, all right? You do those things, and you hear her stories and her drama and all this stuff. And what about you? Shouldn't a good relationship, like an equal, like soulmate relationship, be one where you do the same thing, where she, takes care of you and loves you just as much, and hears you out and hears about your vulnerabilities and your insecurities. Well, forget I said vulnerabilities, but insecurities. No. You're the fucking man. That's why you're here on this channel. It doesn't work that way. It's not supposed to work that way. You're the man. That means that you don't get to be the bitch. You don't get to whine like a little bitch. You don't get to do the stuff that women get to do. They're built a different way, okay? It's attractive to you when a woman is to some degree weaker than you, okay? To be submissive to you, to have things in her life that she shares with you that she needs your help, to be emotional, okay? That's attractive to you, to some degree, okay? It's a feminine aspect, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. It's not less, okay? It is not attractive to a woman for a man to be that way, to be weak. Men are supposed to be strong, to be a rock, to be able to withstand the storms of life, of their women's emotional tantrums and dramatic ups and downs, okay? That's why your hormones work differently than women's hormones, okay? That's why they have cyclic hormones, okay, that actually do cause those swings in moods, all right, which you are more level-headed. You're more analytical as a man. It's not a judgment, right? You may be shocked. You might be like, oh fuck, I'm unsubscribing. You're such a sexist, chauvinist, fucking pig asshole. I didn't invent the fucking biology. You can observe this in your life. There's a reason why there's so many stereotypes around this, because it's generally fucking true. Now, it's not true for every single person, but in general, the feminine, that's why I talk about the feminine and the masculine a lot. The feminine wants to have that drama. I did a whole video on why the feminine is, or women dramatic, or whatever it was. You can check that out. It is not an attractive trait, guys, to be weak. And when you're showing women your insecurities, all right, you're doing the opposite of what is going to make them trust you and to be attracted to you. Okay, a man needs to have the direction. He sets the direction. He knows where he's going. Okay, he doesn't have insecurities. And yes, we all have insecurities, but to the face of the world, okay, he doesn't have insecurities. He's sure of himself. He makes a decision and he sticks with it. He doesn't doubt himself. Okay, he's decisive. He has a path, a plan. All right. So the place that you share your insecurities, guys, is with your other guy friends. Okay. You tell them. That's why you should have a good group of guy friends that you can trust and you can be a little bit unguarded with, because we as men know about this, and we're not going to judge each other as harshly. Okay, because we can say, all right, yeah, I get that. I have that same problem as well. Okay, and that's where you can reveal those things. Somehow it got all twisted around, and to most guys today, talking about their insecurities with other men seems weak, but they feel like they should be able to share it with a girl in their life. And it's totally wrong. It's totally opposite. You want to fuck up your life. And I know, like, some of you are like, oh, fuck, yeah, that's why, yeah, I get it. That's why I'm fucking up. It's why you're fucking up. Okay? It's why you're fucking up, because you're doing the opposite wrong thing. That's not your fault. Okay? No one taught you this shit, but I'm teaching it to you now so you know. Because I made the same fucking mistakes, believe me. I thought the same lie. I believe the same lie. Okay, it's just, you just have to understand that that's what your role is. Okay, and that's why you need to have groups of men that you hang out with that are in your life, that are the support. Okay, so that you can have somewhere to share those insecurities, to build each other up. Right. That's why we have that. You know, have those relationships. They're really important. Fast track. 3 years later, I'm in shape. Have my shit together, decent internships, software like yourself, amazing grades in uni, and I have had another girlfriend. Okay, so he's gotten buff, he's gotten some experience in life, got his shit together, right? He's been watching Bulldog Mindset, obviously. All right, now comes the kicker. As soon as I broke up with my last girlfriend, okay, so he's got a new girlfriend, he broke up with this one, the first girl reappeared in my life. She told me that she loved me pretty quickly, and we got official pretty quickly. Okay, mistake. We had a very happy beginning up until she confessed to me how badly she had treated me in the past. Okay, couple things here. One, she said that she loved you pretty quickly. Okay, I hope that your response to that was, that's nice, or thanks, or like, I love me too, or something like that, or something like that. Okay, because that's fast. That's too fast. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing at this point, and you don't want to, like, you accelerate things. You shouldn't have gone official with her. You should have went out with her. You should have kept it non-exclusive for a while. All right, that's just my opinion here, especially considering the past. You know, doing this very, very quickly, not a good idea. Okay, you're young too. You're 21 years old. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, all right, and a lot of people probably disagree with me. I don't really give a fuck, but I would not lock down, right? Especially in this environment and world right now, at that age. Like, I'd be like into my 30s before I was, in any way monogamous or in any kind of committed relationship. Now, it's up to you. You don't have to follow that advice, but I'm just saying that like, you need some fucking experience. You got 2 girls worth of experience. That's not a lot, all right? You need some experience. You need to understand what you're doing and what you're getting into. Otherwise, you're just going to keep on fucking up, all right? So that's my advice there. Okay, she confessed to me how badly she had treated me in the past. Here's the other thing here, all right, that I'll say about this. You do not want a girl to confess how badly she treated you in the past. Why? Because the narrative, all right, it's weird how abusers work, okay? Abusers and perpetrators, let's say, they look for victims and they tend to victimize victims. It's pretty fucked up, okay? Like someone who's weak, who's already been abused, is more likely to be abused again. And it's not just because they go and seek out people who are abusive to them, right? That's the kind of the bullshit that I think modern psychology teaches. Okay, let's take women that are abused, right? That have abusive boyfriends or husbands or whatnot, and then they hook up with another abusive guy. Is it that they are seeking out abusive guys? There may be some of that, but I would say that the stronger inclination is that abusive guys are finding them because they're reading the signals, because there's some kind of fucked up thing, and it's not just quote abusers, okay? We all have this like weird we have a lot of weird, dark, fucked up shit inside of us. I don't know if you are aware of this, but it's true, and we all kind of operate the same way. It's just certain people like let their dark side go fucking rampart and feed that dog, and it grows, all right? But we kind of want to kick the person that's kicked, right? So you can see this in the fucking mob. If you ever seen those stupid fights where a guy gets jumped by a bunch of people and they're just fucking kicking this guy in the face while he's on the ground, okay? Why? Why are they doing that? Are they fucking animals? Yeah, we're all fucking animals to some degree, okay? But part of it is because we have this really fucked up urge in ourselves to like hurt people that are hurt. To pick on people that's why bullying happens. Bullying happens because when you see someone being picked on, you want to pick on them. Like, again, now, I'm not saying you have to give in to that urge, but there's a small dark side of you that says, yeah, let's fucking kick that guy while he's down. Let's fucking, like, you know what I mean? That's what happens, okay? So the reason why I'm telling you this is because you do not ever want to paint yourself as the victim and allow someone to maintain victimhood over you, to basically be a perpetrator to you, okay? Anytime that someone has done something wrong to me or abused me in some way, I'm reframing the situation. I am not letting them get to me. I'm not letting them think that they victimized me, okay? I'll take responsibility. I'll say, yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't. You're thinking of it worse than it was, right? I was basically the one who was. I was fucked up. I was doing fucked up shit, right? I want to take as much of that because I do not want to be viewed by them as a victim. Okay, this is kind of a complex thing, but I want you to understand that this is important. So you never want to get into this situation. Okay, that's why again, like when someone does you wrong, you can take revenge. That's a powerful move, okay? It's not necessarily the best move, okay? Right? Vengeance is mine, says the Lord, okay? Just keep that in mind, okay? But you can. Someone fucks with you, you can fuck with them back, all right? Okay? Not always the best thing, but it's a possible option, okay? Or you can let the shit go, okay? And not speak of it, okay? And not have them speak of it. You don't need apologies. You don't need them to say they're sorry. You don't need them to admit all the bad shit they did wrong to you. That's bad. The more that they do that, the more that they will go back into that mode and fucking do the shit again. Okay? Because they'll beat themselves up. They'll feel like an asshole. They'll act like an asshole. They'll see that you're abused. They'll abuse you more. That's all I gotta say. I mean, that's like, you can disagree with that shit, but test it. You'll see that this actually holds true. All right? All right, let's move on. She told me that during the time we were dating 3 years ago, she essentially betrayed me and went around in clubs and made out with guys while she was leading me on to think that we would be serious. Moreover, a week after our first, quote, breakup, she invited me to a party where things got heated and emotional between us, and I drunkenly admitted her my love, and obviously that turned her off. She recently told me that after our talk at the party, she went ahead and had sex with a guy barely 8 meters away from me in the same house. Ooh, shit. Without me ever knowing. And after that, she kept me close enough and we hooked up another time a week after the party. However, 2 weeks later, I went to another party where she also went. And at that party, she made out with the same guy she had sex with the first night. Yes, I got played like a little bitch. Or like a bitch. I read into that. All right. So let's dissect this. Let's break this down a little bit here. Okay? So she told you all this shit, all right? Here's the thing. She starts telling me this shit, right? Okay? She's like, oh yeah, I was so fucked up to you. I love you. When I got to tell you the truth, it's on my conscience. Oh gosh, 3 years ago, like when we broke up and we went to this party. I'm like, I don't even want to fucking know, bitch. That's my answer. I don't want to fucking know. Like I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. Whatever happened doesn't fucking matter. I don't want to fucking know. I don't need to know. Don't fucking tell me. Whatever you did, I did some fucked up shit as well. I'm not going to tell you what the fuck I did. All right? I'm not going to tell you. So you better not tell me what the fuck you did. That's the answer. Damn. Bam. Slam. Done. Okay? Never talk about it again. Done. Okay? You need to be the kind of guy that can handle that shit and not need to fucking know. Because it's not just because, see, this will fuck you up if you're not strong enough, and you're not at this point. I'm just be honest with you, because you wouldn't be emailing me the shit if you were, okay? Now I could handle this shit because I don't give a fuck. Like, but you're young. You haven't been through this. You're not there yet, okay? Not everyone can handle this shit, but I hear this shit. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Big fucking deal, okay? But it means a lot to you and her, okay? You don't give her the opportunity to dump her baggage onto you. That's what she's doing. She's taking the baggage. She's been carrying around this baggage for 3 fucking years. Okay? And now she's like, hey, that guy that loves me, I'm going to dump this fucking baggage on him. It's his baggage anyway. It came from, partially from him. He was involved in it. Here you go. Have my fucking baggage. Now she's giving you that fucking baggage. Now you got to carry around this shit. And she's feeling good. She's like, oh, I had that on my chest for such a long time. I'm so glad I told you what a fucking slut I was and that I fucked some guy right next to you. And, oh, gosh, and I was, whatever. I'm so glad. There's a whole bunch of shit she didn't tell you, by the way. A girl that promiscuous is not just limited to that amount. She just told you the shit that she needed to get off her chest that was the most. The last couple of years, oh, man, you don't even want to know what her fucking stories are. So you don't fucking ask, okay? Now, is this a deal breaker? Like, what's going on? Let's interpret this a little bit, okay? What she did here. Is this really a big deal, okay? So basically, she essentially betrayed me and went around in clubs and made out with guys. So naive. That's not what she did, motherfucker. What do you think happened after she made out with those guys? Yeah, she didn't just make out with those guys. So, okay, all right. So you just so you know, all right. She did more than that. All right. Okay, is that really a big deal? Not now. I mean, I don't know. Like, it is a big deal because of what happened here, because you got official with her pretty quickly. That's why I said you shouldn't be official with her. Okay, especially if she's got all this fucking baggage, right? People don't change. They're the same. She's the same person. Okay, she's still going to be doing this shit. All right, you have to assume that she's still going to be doing this shit. Why would she suddenly have a change of heart and not? Like, you just have to assume she's still going to be doing this shit, which could be fine with you if you're just dating her casually. Use a condom. All right, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but you have to like assume that this is still going on. Okay, so then she's leading on you to think that you'd be serious. And honestly, at this age, okay, you're 18, probably she's 18 or 17. She's just having fun. She's just exploring her options. She's just like, if you're a fucking smoking hot 18-year-old girl, you'd be like seeing how many guys you can kiss and how much interest you'd be using the asset that you have as well. All right, I'm not saying that that's like that it's necessarily a good thing. I'm just saying that it's a likely thing that you'd be doing. Okay, you'd like she's got the world is her oyster. Okay, at that age. Okay, even at 21, right, up to maybe like 25, like. She's like in her prime, okay? She's going to be enjoying her life. She's going to probably be partying, all right? So just assume that. Like, this is not such a big deal, all right? This is just, you should assume that the wild 20s, okay? So then after the first breakup, she invited you to the party. Okay, so again, so obviously that you should not have admitted your love to her, especially when you're 18 fucking years old. I mean, I guess you're super emotional then. But especially after you broke up with her, it's not a way to win her back. Not a good idea. Yeah, I think you've learned your lesson there, but yeah, do not do that. Okay, not good. All right, and then she admits to you all this shit, and we already talked about this, but again, I don't think this is a huge deal. Like, I really don't think. Did you get played like a bitch? Yeah, but you were kind of acting like a bitch. And is it like, again, the reason why that this even mattered was because of this idea of this exclusivity. Okay? If you never basically brought that concept into the relationship, the man does not ask the question or does not form the commitment, right? He's the gatekeeper of commitment. The woman is the gatekeeper of the initial interaction and sex initially, okay? But the guy is like the gatekeeper of commitment, and the woman is the one who has to ask for the commitment, okay? That's how it has to operate. And if you violate that, you're going to be a little bitch, okay? And like, again, in this situation, it would have been fine if she was just some girl you were seeing. Then she can do whatever she wants and you can do whatever you want. This wouldn't have been a whole dramatic thing, okay? So you shouldn't definitely, I would have said that, like, you shouldn't get into committed relationship until you're in your 30s. But if you disagree with that and you want to, then you certainly shouldn't be getting into a committed relationship with a girl that you're not absolutely certain of and that you feel like you know really well. If she's going out and partying, if you're going and meeting her at parties and nightclubs, come on, what is she going to be doing there? All right, like, she's having fun. Like, so it's not the girl that you want to be in a committed relationship with. Okay, that's just doesn't make sense. Okay, so all right, let's continue on here. We're almost done. Now that we're together, she confessed that she did these things at the time. It doesn't matter, and I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck she's saying here, it doesn't matter. Because it's not true. She's just coming up with some shit. One, to get over me. No, she's telling you this now to make you feel better. I don't know what her motivation is. I talked about some of them, but it wasn't to get over you. Two, to prove to me and her that she doesn't need me. Again, this is not, she's just telling you this now. Okay, 3, because she was drunk and didn't care in the moment about how it would affect me or that we would ever be a thing again. That one might be true, okay? But, she was just doing some fucked up shit. Again, you put yourself in the abused situation, and so she abused you, just like you wanted, right? Essentially, or that she, that she sought out to do. Okay. Now she tells me today that she, 1, regrets it immensely. 2, would understand if I break up with her. Ooh, that's a nice trap there. It's that's a nice trap for her to say that. I would understand if you broke up with me. How do you respond to that shit? Okay. And 3, doesn't deserve to be with me. Aha. Again, like, this is the kind of shit that you have to avoid. Number 2 and 3. Okay, she's been extremely decent for the year that we've been together and gave me no reason to distrust her. And I believe there's value in the fact that she confessed these to me. I deeply believe the devil you know rather than the devil you don't. Okay, and I agree with this. Again, I'm not trying to be super, super cynical here. Okay, because I'm not generally a cynical person, but I am a realistic person. All right, and so, I mean, this is all a good sign. All right. And maybe to some degree she's sincere. She believes that she's sincere, or she's constructed a backwards narrative that makes her feel like she's sincere. Okay. So here's the things that you have to be careful of and avoid here. Okay. These 2 phrases. 1, that she would understand if you would break up with her, and 3, that she doesn't, or 2, that she doesn't deserve to be with you. Okay. It's important that you basically ignore this shit. Okay, do not give her validation in these cases, because what she's gonna do, like, the reason why she's saying this, right, that she would understand if you would break up with her, okay, is because she wants some security from you. She wants you to say, oh, no, I would not, the past is the past, I wouldn't break up with you, whatever, I forgive you for those things. That's what she wants you to say, okay? The same thing when she says that she doesn't deserve to be with you. She wants you to say, oh, no, you're fine, you deserve, it's okay. I mean, you hurt me, but whatever, and no, she wants you to give her validation there so she can feel better. So again, she wants to take this baggage, she wants to move it to you. And the only way that she's going to get this baggage totally moved to you is when you accept it, which is the final thing, is when you say, oh, it's okay, okay? Instead, what you want to do is you just want to ignore that shit, okay? Do not buy into any of that, okay? Instead, just ignore it, right? And basically, if you're going to tell her anything about the situation, what you're going to say is that, yeah, like I said, it would have been better if she never told you any of that shit. But what you can do is you can just avoid the subject and just say, hey, look, you know what? I did some pretty fucked up stuff as well. Whatever. Like, let's just forget about that shit and let's just move from this point forward. Okay? You want to keep things in the forward looking. You don't want her, and again, there's a couple reasons for this. One of the reasons why you don't want her looking back and feeling guilty all the time, you don't want to beat her up with that stick either, is because If you have you ever heard the phrase, if you give a dog a bad name, you might as well hang it? Okay? That's what happens. If you let her give herself a bad name and you give her a bad name, she'll be right back up to those fucking antics. Okay? That's exactly what she'll do. She'll go right back to that shit and she'll be doing the same shit that she was doing before. So she may now, like you said, be on her best behavior, and she may, have realized that you're awesome and whatnot, okay? And maybe you stop being a little bitch. It sounds like you have, because you understand some of the dynamics here that you didn't understand then, and you're only 21, so, man, that's good. It's awesome, okay? You knew more about life than I did back then, so fuck, all right? But just be careful. Just realize that, it's again, it's not necessarily that it's that it's better to know the devil than the one that you don't. Sometimes it's better to not know, okay? Because sometimes it's better to just to keep that knowledge to yourself. That's better, okay? Rather than her knowing that you know. All right. So nevertheless, no matter what she says, my heart has been aching for the past few months while I've been battling my own mind to convince myself to stay with her. My mind constantly wanders off to the story whenever I meditate. I feel heartbreak, jealousy, and resentment daily when I'm on my own, but love, passion, and happiness whenever she's with me and I see who she is today. Needless to say, I love her immensely, or else this wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so yeah, so this is really what we're dealing with here in this video, okay? The reason why, like, again, this is going to be hard, right? So you feel heartbreak and jealousy and resentment. You're going to have to let that shit go. Again, this is why it would have been better if you never got this information from her. You never let her tell that story, okay? Because you don't necessarily want to, like, here's the situation, all right? You basically have to choose one of two paths, okay? And I'll tell you which path that I would choose, and which path I have chosen, but okay, so imagine that you could hear everyone's thoughts, okay? Would you want that or no? Okay, and if you could hear everyone's thoughts, let's say that you could hear your girlfriend's thoughts, every thought that she ever had, okay? What would you do? How would you react to that? Okay, because I can guarantee you she's thought some fucked up shit. I can guarantee you she's maybe like seen some guy walking by and fantasized about that guy. I can guarantee you that sometime when you're having sex with her, maybe she was thinking about some other guy that she had sex with like a couple of years ago or something like that, okay? Or whatever, that she thinks some fucked up shit about you or whatever it is, okay? Are you going to be jealous of all that shit? Like, that's just what people do. Like, think of in your own head, all right? Think in your own head all the fucked up thoughts that you have, okay? Like, they're really fucked up shit. Think about all the fucked up things you've done that no one knows about. It's pretty bad. Okay? So, your girlfriend's got the same shit. She's got skeletons in her closet. A lot of them. More than what she's told you about. Okay? And so, what I'm saying here is this. Okay? You either have to choose one of two paths. One path is that you don't know about any of this shit. Okay? The second path is you accept all of this shit. And you just and you're fine with it. Okay? Like, when you realize that people, are just as fucked up as you are, and you can't control their behaviors and their emotions and you could try to keep your girlfriend under lock and key. You could be Peter Pumpkin Eater and have a wife who couldn't keep her. So he kept her very well in a pumpkin shell. You could do that. You could put her in a fucking pumpkin shell. Okay, and be like, okay, don't talk to any guys. Don't look at any guys. Don't have any sexual thoughts that don't involve me. Okay? And you can guard this person. Okay? And try to make them into this perfect person that would never ever betray you or have any kind of other sexual attraction to anyone besides you and would only love you. But it's not reality. It's not. You can't maintain. You're going to stress yourself out fucking trying to chase this shit. Instead, what I would suggest is that you think of her as, you understand that she's fucked up and depraved. Okay? That she has these weird thoughts. Maybe she has fantasies about being raped by a large black man. Okay? Maybe she has fantasies about two guys doing it at the same time. I'm being explicit here, guys, but I just want you to, like, I need you to have the shock factor, okay? I'm not just doing it to just be whatever, shocking. I guess it is, because I need you to have you need you to have the shock factor, okay? Maybe, she has all these fucked up fantasies. Go read Secret Garden, My Secret Garden, for some female fantasies to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Okay, so you need to view that and be okay with all of that, and be like, you know what, it's fine, because she's choosing to be with you. She's choosing to. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just need to accept that. And when you accept that, and you accept all these things, instead of trying to stick your head in the sand and ignore them, then what will happen is that you will not have this, okay? This jealousy that you have, this heartbreak, all right? Because it doesn't matter what she did. Her thoughts are always going to be, like, to some degree depraved, right? And I'm not saying this to knock her, because you know that your thoughts are depraved. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you understand this about people, and you're willing to accept this, and you're willing to accept that people are just people, and they're going to do fucked up shit, and it's just going to be like that. And it's okay, because if you choose to be together with someone, then you're choosing to be with them, and they're choosing you, and your thoughts aren't always pure either, okay? Then you give yourself a lot of breathing room, okay? When you're trying to be Peter Pumpkin Eater, trying to keep her in this pumpkin shell, this is what happens, is you basically end up having this heartbreak. You end up having this jealousy and resentment, okay? That's why I said, like, if you could actually hear every thought that was in her head, it would either, like, you would either have to make one of two choices. You'd either have to go fucking nuts. Like, I mean, you're feeling this heartbreak and jealousy and resentment now. Imagine if you knew what actually happened. Like, if you actually knew everything she thought and everything she did, right? And every time that she secretly thought of whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could fill in some really some really fucked up shit here, but I won't. I'll let you fill in the fucked up shit. Okay? So you would have to make one of those two choices. You'd either have to say, okay, I'm just really I'm done. Like, I can't take this shit. Oh man, I have to break up with her because I just can't take it. Okay? And here's the thing, is every single person you ever fall in love with is going to have the same fucked up shit. I mean, they might not do the same fucked up shit, but humans are humans, okay? Or option two is just to say, you know what? It's okay. I accept it. This is reality. I'd rather know, right? You said, like, before that you'd rather know. You said that you'd rather the devil you do know, okay? I'd rather know, and I'm okay with it, because, I do some fucked up shit as well. And I think of some fucked up shit and whatever. And like, I'm willing to let it go. And if she doesn't truly, like, love you, and is, like, her mind is totally devoted and focused on you, then it's okay. Then you don't want to try and force that. You don't want to have that false belief of that, right? You'd rather her, like, not feel restricted, right? To not be like, because she's in the pumpkin shell, she has to behave. You want her to behave, right? When I say behave, I mean to act in the way that you want, because she wants to, because she loves you so much, because she's attracted to you, right? So that's, again, would you want to have her against her will? No, okay? And there's different degrees of this. So that's where I'm coming from with this whole thing, okay? But again, that doesn't mean that you have to accept any of this shit, okay? So we're going to get to that last part here, and we're going to wrap up this video. Now, what the fuck do you think I should do, John? Do I take this as a lesson in forgiveness and learn how to focus on the present and the future? Or do I cut her off and move on? Okay, so first of all, forget about the forgiveness part. You don't need to, and to some degree you need to forgive her, but you need to forgive yourself. You need to just forget it. You need to just let it go, okay? Don't even think of it as you're being wronged. Okay? That's the wrong context. I don't want you to be the victim. I don't want you to be the abused. Okay? So stop it. Just some fucked up shit that just happened. It's not even that fucked up. Alright, so she fucked some guys at some parties or nightclubs. Whatever. Okay? Maybe she was seeing you at the time. Whatever. You're a dumb ass. You're a fucking love sap guy. Like, it's your fault. Okay? So So don't forgive her for that shit. Like, again, she didn't have to do that shit. She takes responsibility for her own actions. It's fine, but it's just what happened. Okay, there's no blame. There's no, like, you just need to let go of that, regardless of if this is right and this is wrong. Fuck that. Okay, what's better for you is to just let go of that shit. Okay. Now, do you cut her off and move on? I know I'd be okay without her, but I find it ridiculous that I'm letting jealousy and resentment dictate my decision. This is the key. Okay. Do not let resentment and jealousy dictate your decision. If you decide that this girl is kind of unstable, you can't really trust her based on her past, okay? Based on what she's done before, the fact that she's dumping her baggage on to you, that you're just not going to be comfortable in that, and you're not comfortable with an exclusive relationship where you could get fucked over and you don't really trust it, then either kick her to the curb or make it just be like, hey, look, you know what? We're not going to be like, we're not going to be like monogamous. That's it. Like, you don't have to accept the terms, but I'm changing the game. Like, with everything that's happened and everything, I don't blame you for any of that shit, but I need my own time and space as well. So you've had yours, right? I'm gonna take mine. Yeah, you can do what you want. But that's how I would probably. That's honestly what I would do in this situation. I would take it there because I'm not gonna. After this, I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna be like just accepting this at face value. Now you may have. I mean, I'm not there in the situation. Maybe you have a real good read on her, and you're like, okay, she's definitely solid and faithful now, and she's whatever. Okay, it's fine. But all my main point is this: is what you just said here. Do not let jealousy and resentment dictate your decision. Make your decision based on your decision. So you got to let go of the jealousy and the resentment first. Let go of all that. Okay. If you absolutely cannot, then you need to get out. You need to just break up with her, because that's always going to be there and it's going to gnaw at you. Okay. You need to make a decision. The way to get rid of it is to let go of it. It's to stop. You cannot let go of this if you consider yourself a victim, if you can keep on thinking she did something to you. You need to reframe it in your mind and say that you are just as responsible for this, because if in fact that you're 100% responsible for this, because you acted like a chump, because you did not have the foresight, because you did not see what was going on when it was going on. Okay, those things are actually true. For now, I'm thinking time and meditation will eventually help the memories of these events fade away and have enough good things on my platter to not be drained by this issue alone. Thank you and bless your heart, John. Okay, so again, time and meditation will not help you don't want the memories of these events to fade away. You want their emotional reaction to become numbed, okay? You want to do, instead, there's actually a really good exercise that Matt Fury, actually in one of his tapes, he talked about in the theater of the mind, I believe it was, okay, going back here in time. And he talked about this idea of, like, I think he had this real experience where his face got fucked up, like in a fight or something, or a bottle that, like, cut his face or something. And it was traumatic. It was, like, affecting him a lot. And he went back in time, and he went to the memory, and he changed the memory in his own head. He changed the viewpoint in which he saw it. He saw it from God's viewpoint. He saw it from another person's viewpoint. He saw it from the future him, his current him's viewpoint, right? And our memories are malleable like that, right? We can actually go back, access our memories, and change them and restore them. In fact, that's why, in like a lot of crime investigations and stuff, like testimonies, like especially under hypnosis and shit, where people like suddenly remember being molested by their uncle. It's bullshit. Okay, the fucking guy gets thrown in jail for doing nothing because those memories were actually implanted by thinking about that and because our memories are not the factual things that happened. It's a combination of emotions, and they can be restored, stored again, I should say, in that fashion. So you can do the same thing. You can manipulate your memories. So go back and remember it differently. Okay, not the events, but the way that you feel about them. Memories are mostly about how you feel about them and your interpretation of them. And see this whole thing. Okay, see the period when she told you all of this, and instead of viewing it with resentment, jealousy, and heartbreak, okay, view it as, man, this is just a good lesson in life. And man, that's kind of funny. And man, that was like, we're all immature at some point, and we're still immature. And like, this is just life and the adventure of life. And I'm glad that she got to have that experience because, there's a lot of ways to frame this, okay? One way to frame this is like, let's say that you end up hooking up with this girl for the rest of your life, or like you end up marrying her or whatever and whatnot, okay, which I'd be cautious about this, but let's say that you did, okay. Now imagine, like, would you want what she did? Would you want her to go through what she did, like, the cheating on you, behind your back, and all the story that you told me, or not? Now you might say no, I would rather she didn't do that, but if she hadn't done that, then she would have that temptation in her mind. She'd be like, oh, I've never done that, right? And maybe like, like the whole time that you're with her, like over the next 10 years, she'd be thinking about fantasizing about doing that. But she's acted it out now, okay? And so it's a good thing because now she knows what it's like. And now she can like just be with you. And she's actually like, if she's really turned over a new leaf and really has seen the error of her ways and has committed to you, she's 100% there. She doesn't have like this nagging feeling in her head, like, I'm not sure. And like, I want to experience more guys and all this stuff because she's done it. So again, am I reframing this in a way that's positive, that makes it good for me so that I don't have to be jealous and miserable and heartbroken? Yeah. That's what you should do with your fucking life, guys. You get to choose how you interpret the situations that happen to you. Okay? I know this is a long video, but hopefully this will help you guys for more than just, this kind of a situation. But you can reframe your memories. You can reframe your life. This is a good thing. Everything, like, I consider everything that happens to me in life is good. Okay? I have to. And I figure out a way to make it good. And that's better. Because you know what? I don't have fucking time to deal with jealousy and heartbreak and all that stuff. I let people live how they're going to live. I let the people do what they want to do. Okay? Now, the final note I'll say is just because you're accepting of all this and just because you're not angry and resentful and jealous does not mean that you absolutely keep her in your life. Okay? That's a separate decision. You need to grow as a person so that that's not clouding your decision. But then you need to really evaluate her. You need to assume that what a person does is what their character is. Okay? And that they're not going to change, good or bad. And if you can accept those things, and you can accept that she's got definitely at least some streak of promiscuity, which may show up at some time in the future, if you can accept that, or satisfy that need within her, okay? You have to think about these things, okay? Then you stay with her. And if you know that what you're in store for, and you've got a taste of it already, you might make the decision to not go opt in for that crazy wild ride that you're going to be on. It's all up to you. You got to make that decision, but it's a separate decision than all of this emotional clouding that's clouding your judgment. If you haven't already, like I said, go take the Bulldog Mindset quiz. If you made it this far, you're probably a fucking Bulldog, so take the quiz. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.